All right, so we're cracking off a little bit of a new thing. So what we've traditionally done is the 3 geekiest minutes of news of the week, or whatever we called it. I think we called it something slightly different every time. But basically, the tradition there was that, Jim would write something up. I wouldn't look at it till we were literally broadcasting, and then I'd try to read through all of it in 3 minutes. Now, we've kind of passed the torch a little bit. He's said, okay, I want you to write it up. And I was like, cool, I'm on it. What websites do you use? Where do you do? So I found the 3 geekiest minutes, and I'm changing it up a little bit. So the plan is I'm going to give you the 3 geekiest minutes of headlines, and then I'll do a breakdown later this week on theconguy.com and expand on those headlines a little bit. Although I do give you some information in here. Now the challenge becomes not to read something somebody else wrote for me and get it in 3 minutes, but take what I know I can read in 3 minutes, but a real tight 3 minutes, and make it comprehensible and funny. And I also have one other story I'd like to do outside of the 3 minutes that's very important, and we need to do an announcement on it. And that's the Taika Waititi, James the Giant Peach read through, but I'll talk about that after the 3 minutes of news. All right. Are we ready?
So I've got the clock. I will hold it up for everybody to see.
Wait, hold on. I'll give you a countdown. I'm going to announce the 3 minutes of geek headlines brought to you by Spam. Count me off, Jim.
All right, I shall. Wait, are you counting down or am I?
No, you count me down, please.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
21 years ago tonight, fans lined up for the midnight premiere of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Little did we know, the Menace would be the prequels themselves. Legendary VFX artist Tippett returns to the Star Wars franchise in The Mandalorian Season 2 and could not sound more bored about it. Said Tippett, "It's fine, I've been there, done that." Star of every Nerd Boys fantasy, Katie Sackhoff is reportedly reprising her Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Rebels role Bo-Katan in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Sackhoff joins a growing list of actors allegedly appearing, including Rosario Dawson, Tamira Morrison, Michael Biehn, and Timothy Oliphant for some
30
reason.
minutes. Seconds.
CBS has plenty of plans to continue boldly going back to the well with Star Trek, with Discovery Season 3, Discovery spinoff, Star Trek Section 31, Picard Season 2, Lower Decks, a post-Star Trek Nemesis animated comedy following the support crew of Starfleet's least important ship, the USS Cerritos. This is a real thing set to debut on CBS All Access this year. Wow. Also in development, an animated Trek series for Nickelodeon. And finally, the hotly anticipated Star Trek Strange New Worlds, another Discovery spinoff that people actually asked for. The Tarantino and Noah Hawley movies still percolate in limbo, and CBS has one more unannounced Trek television series in the works. CBS, proving the old adage, why buy the cow when you can just milk the shit out of it. DC's Stargirl, not to be confused with Disney Plus film of the same name, premiered last week on DC Universe and is the newest addition to the Arrowverse. Season 2 of Doom Patrol will hit HBO Max and DC Universe this summer, and the CW has acquired the rights to Swamp Thing, prompting fans of the gooey series to hope for a Season 2.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Is excited about playing the Penguin in the upcoming The Batman, calling his scenes tasty. Do with that what you will. Patton Oswalt is returning for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7, and it gives me life. Schrodinger's film, The New Mutants, is supposedly being released in theaters on August 28th, 2020, according to Disney and 20th Century Studios. Stay tuned to theconguy.com for its cancellation. Spyglass Media Group, the company relaunching the Scream franchise, has announced that David Arquette will reprise his role as Dewey Riley in the 5th installment of the franchise. Nice. In more, we don't have any new ideas news. Bad Boys for Life directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah have announced that Beverly Hills Cop 4 is moving forward as they're going to, and this is a real quote, try to write a first draft or a first treatment, at least with the story. John Krasinski posted his final episode of Some Good News because there is, in fact, no more good news.
30 seconds left.
Joe Exotic is reportedly sending his legal team to Washington, D.C. with the intent of asking the president for a pardon. All this while actress Tara Reid is being eyed to play Carol Baskin in a film adaptation of the Netflix docuseries. The previous 2 sentences, believe it or not, contain no actual jokes. A video released this morning featured the cast of Netflix's hit The Umbrella Academy at home recreating their dance to Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now from Season 1, along with the announcement that Season 2 of the series will premiere on July 31st. Read up on these headlines and more on my Geek News Breakdown this week on theconguy.com.
Oh, 3 minutes!
Right on the dot.
Nice. That was amazing,
That's
Ben.
impressive.
Great.
That was stinking amazing. So they're really going to Washington to ask for a pardon?
Apparently, Joe Exotic's legal team is going to DC to ask the president for a pardon. So that's That's a thing. The other thing I wanted to break down here, and I had typed this out, is it was what was going to be my top story, but it ended up being too much information. Taika Waititi, Earth's charming boyfriend we met during a semester abroad, is hosting a star-studded read-along of the Roald Dahl classic James and the Giant Peach, teaming up with the likes of Meryl Streep, Kate Blanchett, Mindy Kaling, Lupita Nyong'o, Chris and Liam Hemsworth, Benedict Cumberbatch, Ryan Reynolds, and some other actors not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The 10-episode performances called James and the Giant Peach with Taika and Friends. It started this morning and will continue to be posted Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to the Roald Dahl YouTube channel. Working with the Roald Dahl Story Company, the project is raising money for medical and social organization Partners in Health, of which Dahl's daughter, Ophelia, is a founder. The organization is fighting COVID-19 and supporting public health systems in vulnerable communities around the globe. The Roald Dahl Story Company is fixing to match up to $1 million in donations, and beyond $1 million, there are other partners waiting in the wings. You can donate to at the Partners in Health website, pih.org. So that was the other story I wanted to get covered today.
That's a very cool story. I'm glad that you took some extra time to do that one. That's very cool.
Also, this is just a somewhat newsy thing. It happened a couple weeks ago, I think, for the first time, but they're doing a Harry Potter at home thing on Spotify where they are reading one chapter at a time by different celebrities involved in the franchise, reading one chapter at a time, then releasing them on Spotify. Daniel Radcliffe read the first chapter, Eddie Redmayne read the third chapter. I don't remember who was doing the second and fourth chapter, but they're releasing them at a time and adding different voices to it. So if you've never read Harry Potter and you want to listen to it, might be kind of a fun way to listen to it. So
Luke, sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, each one's about 20 minutes, I want to say, each of them. So
you can listen. It's a listening thing.